So there is some drama in the contenders community around two players, Vega and CJ, who were supposed to be playing for Odyssey in the upcoming Pro-Am tournament. Now it looks like they're going to be playing with Maryville. I don't know how true that one is, actually. I saw it on Reddit, but that's what I'm going to assume going forward. So here's the full story, basically. 3 hours before the roster lock, Vega and CJ went up to Odyssey, whose other players at the time were Seeker, Zira, and Rhino, and said, "We are not going to be playing with you guys for this tournament. We are going to be playing elsewhere." And this was catastrophic for them because Blizzard has very strict roster rules that you cannot play anyone that you did not have before this roster lock. So it meant they couldn't get their managers on the page or anything like that and just try and find people otherwise. They had 3 hours to find a backline that is contenders level that did not already have a contenders team. It's a pretty tall order and is basically impossible. So Seeker, Zero, and Rhino will just miss out on the biggest opportunity that NA Contenders has had ever in competing against Owl teams. They just lose that opportunity. It's not a thing they could do because it'd be very hard to find a team in 3 hours. So that even if the team dissolves fully, they can't go anywhere, and it's impossible to find people either. And the most scummy part about this is that Vega and CJ allegedly knew 2 days before they told them. What are they thinking? Like, what is going on there? It's such a dick move to hold information back and force these players, not even the team, just these players that are your teammates, your fellow peers trying to grind their way up, and you just fuck them over for no real gain. Like, yes, you can say, oh, they've knocked a potentially strong team out of the competition. Okay, but this is about them here, right? They're not going to win the Pro-Ams. That's not a thing that a contenders team will do. It's about showcasing your talent against other people of the highest caliber, the Owl pros, right? They need to showcase that talent. Vega and CJ, maybe they'll look better on their new team, but they look fucking awful right now as people. If you're an Overwatch League manager and you are saying, you know what, we want a new support player. So you go to your players and you're like, hey guys, we have these potential options. What are your general thoughts? Maybe they've done tryouts. Maybe they're thinking about people to bring to tryouts. Maybe things like that. And they go, these guys just fuck those guys over. We simply do not want them on the team. They're clearly not team players. They're all in it for themselves, right? And so they go, okay, well, if you guys don't want this guy, we'll go with someone else. Even if the someone else maybe is worse, maybe is just as good. It's just like insane to me to fuck over your fellow teammates like that. It boggles my mind that it was thought of as a good idea. And if you want to make excuses and be like, oh, well, they were deciding between the two, they didn't know what they wanted until the last second. Even if you were like, hey, we are considering pursuing other options or something like that, it gives Odyssey time to actually go and look for these replacements or to just get subs or anything, right? But no, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. You can say there's gain here. You're knocking a strong team out of the tournament. Not really. Individually, which is what they clearly care about, I don't see the gain here. I just don't see it at all. And if Owl teams don't care about this at all, sure, maybe there's some gain. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think there will be, in the short term, which is all there seem to be considered about. In the short term, I'd say there's no gain here at all. Or the long term. I just don't see it. Due to this, Rhino has decided to take a step back from competing, as well as the manager of Odyssey. It's just so fucked up. It's just fucked up. Let me know how much. Do you think this will actually help them? Do you think if you take all emotions out of it, do they actually benefit? Does Vega and CJ actually benefit from this? Or is it just like a dick move just to be a dick, basically, and just hurts them more than helps? I think it'll hurt them more than help them, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Anyway, have yourself a good one, and deuces.